Living in darkness for me is a matter of equity. It doesn't make sense that, 1/3 of the world has to, for some period of the day, basically be working with candles or kerosene when we have so much opportunity and technology now.
Kerosene is a highly dangerous, expensive, dim source of lighting. It's hard to actually do anything under kerosene light, and it actually is quite a hazard too.
I was a Peace Corps volunteer in the Republic of Benin in West Africa and lived in a village without electricity, water, or telephones. Everywhere you go in your house, it's pitch black and you gotta carry this little lantern around, and when you cook your food, you can't see what you're really cooking. One day my next door neighbor's son got in a bad kerosene accident and almost died. After that, I did my homework and realized that millions of people in the world had a similar accident every year. A pivotal moment for me was one of the Peace Corps volunteers left and I bought this old Kmart headlamp from them, which had a couple of LEDs on it, and I stopped using kerosene, and all of a sudden I could read books, I could cook, I could invite people over to my house.
I initially went to business school in order to start up a social enterprise. I knew I loved entrepreneurship, I loved technology, but I really wanted a way to blend those things together in a way that really made an impact for people, especially people living in emerging markets. We were working on fundraising for d.light, and we won this competition, and it was $250,000 of funding. We could actually launch this business. When we started out, we were just trying to figure out how to get people light, how to eliminate kerosene. We bought all these different kind of solar camping lanterns and other sorts of products that are out there, but they just weren't designed for our customers, and there was no off-grid industry. We were connected with an organization to do some of our first field trials. We left this product with this woman and her 5 kids. She had used that for a couple weeks. She had saved up money to buy it, and she cried when we came back because this product had impacted her life. I realized it's a massive opportunity to create an impact, and no one else was going to do anything about it. We have to make this a reality. Universal energy access is possible.
We totally underestimated that a lot of our potential customers are not consumers. And so it takes time, and it takes a lot of education, and it takes a lot of effort to actually build new categories on new markets and to educate people on why this would matter to them and why they should take a risk on your brand and your technology.
There weren't good quality solar products in these markets at that time. We even had to convince people that solar could work as a category. Forget believing in d.light as a brand, but just even getting people to believe that the product would do what it said it would do, and that solar technology actually worked. So about a year into the business, we were about to really launch our first product. What we found out about a month after these things were shipped is that there was a bug in the circuit that basically destroyed the battery. So by the time the containers would arrive, we figured out all the products would be completely dead. It was really important to get first proof of concept, and meanwhile we had all these products which were about to just completely fail. The container, it got rerouted to Oman and it got stuck there. We were able to reroute it back through China, rework all the products, and then ship them back to Tanzania. I feel like there were moments like that and then moments of encouragement. I remember in the very early days, we were under our plan numbers and it was just incredibly frustrating. And then meanwhile, there were these container orders coming in from this tiny island country, 200,000 population. They're ordering like almost as much volume as all of India. I ended up going there to just learn what's happening. And it was this tiny team of like 4 or 5 people, and they would just literally bring the product out to some of these islands, and the product would just completely disappear. How can we replicate this kind of thing across the world? Because fundamentally, all these customers have the same kind of needs. Perseverance and grit, I think, are things that are undervalued, but actually, I think, separate out the ones who make the real impact and the ones who don't. Every entrepreneur that's really trying to make a big change is going to face challenges. When we started d.light, we thought we were just getting investment and building a product company. But as it's turned out, we've also had to build a great distribution business, consumer finance business, fintech business, a software business. So we've had to actually build all these great businesses in order to get to where we are today.
I like industries that are win-win-wins, have a positive impact on the environment, positive impact on communities and families, and you can make money. There aren't that many, but I think we're in one, which is pretty awesome.
The reason why some of these solar solutions haven't yet reached full scale is simply because, for one thing, they're just not available in all the markets yet. And number two, financing isn't available everywhere. And that's what's enabled us to get such high penetration in some of these markets that we're working in, is that we made the products available and we made them affordable.
The patient capital is essential in the markets we work with, the customers we work with. And the reason is because we're trying to bring energy access predominantly to some of the poorer countries in the world.
If we just had purely venture capital investment in those early days, I don't think there would have been the patience to kind of ride through those ups and downs. In those formative years, having patient capital who understood these markets, who understood there are going to be challenges and business models are going to change. You look at the people who have been without access to the grid, it's been that number for decades. And then all of a sudden in d.light, we get started with a bit of funding. People who had no energy access now have access to solar power. We have actual operations in about a dozen countries and have almost 1,000 employees today, full-time employees. One of the things that gets me most excited is seeing the quality of the team members that we have now, not just at the layer reporting to us, but all throughout the organization. We have incredible people that we've attracted to the team. There's something that's created here that is going to continue impacting the world for years and years to come.
We set a goal in 2006 that we would reach 100 million people by 2020. And now you've reached 100 million people with solar energy. And it feels like we're barely just starting.